Good morning, everybody. It is a couple hours into my day here, and I stopped at, I think this is Pleasant Pond Lean-To to get me some water. I'm getting ready to go up over Pleasant Pond Mountain. Looks like a 1.4 mile climb. Looks fairly steep, but you know, we'll see when we get going. So far today, left Caratunk this morning. Had an awesome breakfast at the Caratunk house. You know, the guy cooked it up special. It was a huge vegetable omelet. It's amazing. And they treated me really well there last night. Me and another guy, Sputnik, were the only two guys staying there. They've been full almost every night, so I'm kind of in between, apparently, two little bubbles. There was a whole bunch of hikers that were crossing the Kennebec yesterday. They came into the Caratunk house and didn't stay. And they hiked on, so they're ahead of me. And then talking to the owner of the Caratunk house, he said he has a full house tonight coming in, but you know, none of those people can get into the Caratunk until after 9 o'clock when the ferry driver comes across Kennebec on the northbound side. So like I said, I haven't seen but one southbound hiker today, and that's all I've seen human-wise. But yesterday in the afternoon, I did run into several people, so the day got better. I'm not out here alone. I'm just kind of in between two bubbles of people, which is cool. It's good. So hiking up to, I think I'm trying to remember the name of the lean-to, but it's about 15 miles today. I'm going to do about the same tomorrow, and that'll give me like 9 into Monson. And from there, I'm going to stay at Shaw's and maybe have to 0 or double 0. I'll have to talk to the people there and see what the speed of going through the 100 mile is going to be. You know, guesstimated that for me. And Hadassah is flying in on the 3rd, so I'm going to hopefully be at A-Ball Campground or somewhere in the park and meet her on the 3rd. We might wait a day because my brother-in-law may be coming up to summit with me also, and we'll see what his plans are. But looking to summit on the 4th or the 5th, and having Hadassah with me makes this hike a lot happier for the last 130 miles or whatever I got left. So pretty soon I'll be down to a double-digit midget, about 3 or 4 days, and just counting down the miles, enjoying the time, taking my time. You know, I'm sitting here chilling where normally I would have pushed that water through the filter. I'm just kind of letting it drain, filter to rest my legs. Plenty of time to get to where I'm going. There's actually a stream right before the shelter that I'm getting to. I don't have my book with me right now, or I get the name of it. But it's right before you climb Moxie Bald. And I'm probably going to stay at it's like an unofficial campsite because I got a privy there too. So I'm probably going to stay. It's like a 1/10 of a mile ahead of the shelter. So probably going to stay there tonight and then head out again tomorrow morning. So if I get some views on top of Pleasant Hill here, I'll turn on the camera and then do that, which I think I am. I think there's some views up there. That'll be cool. And once this water filters up, I'm going to drink a liter and camel a liter, because I don't get water for another 5.6 or 5.8 miles, and be ready to go. So chugging along, still having a good time, and I am walking on clouds today, knowing that Hadassah's going to be here soon. So out for now. Alrighty, this is the top of Pleasant Pond Mountain. There's a good steady climb. There's the sign. And for the rest of the day, looks like I'm going to kind of be downhill and flat, so we'll see what the terrain holds for me. And the trees up here are kind of blocking the view, but I've actually got a big rock slab. The sun is out, so midday, that means it's time for me to, actually it's noon, so that means it's time for me to take a pack off break, sit down on this, try to find me a smooth spot, take my shirt off, dry it out, and this towel I got on my pack. I'm gonna dry it out too. A little hazy today for views, but that's okay. All right, just a few feet away from where I was laid out on that rock. Of course, there's another rock here that I could have laid out on with a better view. Getting up into further up north in Maine. Looks like it kind of flattens out a little bit on some of the mountains, but it's still beautiful. Another one of those beautiful Maine ponds you just come walking up on. All right, well, just ran into Ridge Runner, and we got to chatting about my plans and what the easiest way for me and Hadassah to just drop my tractor pole. Easiest way for me and Hadassah to hook up is, and we got to talking about this Native American festival that's going on, and I asked him about, you know, I just heard about this thing 2 days ago, and obviously the planning of this has been going on for a long time, and would have thought that the ATC would have put out an announcement for hikers and not wanting them to summit on Labor Day weekend a long time ago. You know, that's what you know, at least give us a heads up. For me, it's not going to affect me that much because I've got the ability to plan around it. But there's other hikers out there that are either having to pick up their pace to try to get through it before the first, or they're just going to run into it on the first and just have to deal with it. So it's kind of a bad situation. But that's the way it goes. I'm on a road right now. Here comes a car. I got to move off the road. Or a truck. A little roadwalk here. So I guess this is a good fishing pond. Got a little traffic on the road. So here's kind of my thoughts. Like I say, it's not going to affect me only because I'm been very flexible this whole hike, but I can see how it's really jamming up other hikers. And the guy from the ATC, he said that you know, he's been aware of it, but you know, didn't know that other hikers weren't aware of it. You know, hikers don't keep up with what's going on 3, 4, 2 months from now, but you know, they're keeping it 2 or 3 days or a week ahead. But when you get to this point, all of a sudden you're trying to make travel plans to get home or to get where you need to go, and now you're bound up by maybe not being able to summit on the day that you planned. So just my thoughts. Today so far has been a good day. I've taken my time. I'm going to roll into camp probably about 5:30. It'll be 15 plus miles on the day. I'm going to do the same amount tomorrow, and then have 6 or 7 to go for my push into Monson on the last day. So, last day of this leg. All right, so I am headed down into a little bog here, so I'm going to sign off for now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, once again I have secured a stealth site here. This is Bald Mountain Brook. There's the tent, and right up here next to Nice, clean, flowing stream. So, plenty of water. And gonna get a good night's sleep tonight, I hope. And wake up tomorrow and do it again. Getting a little bit closer every day. I did like 15 miles today. Gonna do, got a shot at, I can do like 13 or 15. We'll see how I feel tomorrow when I get going. My big climb is going to be right out of the gate, and it's not really that big a climb, and then it looks pretty flat from there on out, but flat doesn't always mean easy. So we'll see how that goes in the morning, and that's going to be me signing off for the night, unless I think of something else while I'm in the tent before I fall asleep, which is not going to be too long from now. All right.